Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Bayala Party Heaven. Today it is another review of Mocsicka party backdrops. And remember in my last video I told you that their backdrops is got a smooth surface for best printing results, high resolution, great quality, seamless, durable, lightweight, no reflective, easy to carry. It's all the things you want in your backdrop. And this one I'm even using today has got a really beautiful theme. The color is rich. If I had my way, I wouldn't have styled it with balloons at all because the backdrop alone speaks volume. So it's really a great one. So we're just going to be doing a DIY balloon garland over it. And so the plan is to do the balloon garland on both sides of the backdrop. For hanging the backdrop, it could come with pockets where you could push in your pole into it, or use Velcro. I used Velcro in my own case. If you would be needing a backdrop stand like I've used in this video, I'm going to be putting a link in the description for you to order your backdrops from. When you unpack the backdrop and it's got like creases, you can easily just iron it and it will be back to normal. Or you could wrap it around a thick pipe, and it would be smooth. I hope you understand what I mean. So also the brand name is Mocsicka Party Backdrop. I'm going to put their website link in the description. You could just go to their website and pick what you require, and they would ship to you in a couple of days. Because this one, I think I got it. It was shipped. I received it in like a couple of days, like 4 or 5 days or so. And that was really good, with the fact that you know how shipping is these days with what's happening in the world and all of that. Anyway, guys, right now I'm just putting the backdrop on my backdrop stand, and I'm using Velcro. If you need Velcro, you can find it in my Amazon store. Link in description. Anything that has to do with glues, tapes and all of that, you will find it in my Amazon store. If you can't find anything there, just let me know in the comments and I will sort you out. So I've already pre-inflated my balloon garlands. So I'm just making clusters. The two colors, I struggled initially with the colors for this backdrop because you can see the backdrop is so bright. It's so it stands out, I must say. So I didn't know what colors to use. I was not that I didn't know what colors to use. I wasn't just, it didn't come to me quick enough. So I had to step back and look at the backdrop a couple of times, and I thought, okay, let me use rose gold and pastel pink and then navy blue. I could have used a touch of gold, but I decided not to. So right now, because of the rose gold, I do not have the 5 inches. So what I've done is I took the 11 inches and broke it into halves, and they wrapped it into a cluster of 4. So that's what I'm going to be using for my 5 inches. The navy blue too, I did not have my 5 inches. So I did the same thing by inflating the 11 inches halfway, really soft, then you break it in the middle. If you watch a lot of my videos, you would find that I do that a lot. Check my other videos, link will be in the description of my favorite playlists, and then you could just learn how to do that. So after making the clusters of 8, I wrap a 260Q round the clusters, and then I put the clusters together to make like a mini garland, and this I would be hanging onto the backdrop. Just so you know, when I put the backdrop on, or before I put it on, I tie 260Q onto the backdrop stand, and then I tape the Velcro. So when I want to tie the balloon garland to the backdrop, all I need to do is just pull out the 260Q and wrap it around the garland. I hope you get what I mean. If you have any questions, just let me know in the description. So for one side, I decided to use the navy blue and rose gold. I've got like 2 shades of navy blue here because I ordered the navy blue from different brands. Once you have stacked it, you could just tie it to your backdrop stand the way I've described earlier. and it stays in place. So you could easily just, like tie it in 3 spots, at the top, in the middle, and down below, or even at one spot, it will stay in place. But you could do it in 3 places or 2 places, just to be, to be safe. So that's what I've done here. So once I finish tying that on, I get my pink clusters, and then I, clusters of 4 tied together to make a cluster of 8. And then you now run your 260Q round it. So in this case, I used 2 shades of pink, very pastel pink and very really light pink. I double stuffed a pink into white, then a darker shade of pink into white. So that's why I've got the 2 different shades of pink. And then I added a bit of rose gold to the pink. And then wrapped everything onto a 260Q. So once I've done that, I then hang it onto the backdrop stand like I did on the other side. Anytime your 260Q is like coming to the end, all you need to do is just grab another 260Q and tie it onto this 260Q that is there already tightly, and you're good to go with making your garland. Now, I always say, do not be scared of moving your garland around if you think it's not in the right spot or it doesn't look the way you want it to look. Another thing I was going to mention to you guys is the reason why I decided to do halves of how will I put it, halves of the garland on both sides is because it's the backdrop is a gender reveal, for a gender reveal theme, and obviously it's saying stashes or lashes, what do you think? So obviously you would want to have pink on one side and then the blues on the other side. And I also like the colors of this backdrop because it takes it from the traditional baby pink and baby blue theme that they would use for gender reveal, but using navy blue and rose gold for the boy, and then using baby pink and rose gold, 2 shades of baby pink and rose gold for the girl is, really nice. I don't know what you guys think about the colors I ended up using. Remember I mentioned that I struggled with deciding on what colors to use. A lot of times what I do is when I am stuck on colors like that, if the color doesn't come to me straight up, what I do is I go on Pinterest and I search for, a color palette that would go with the main color. So in this case, it was, I think I searched for navy blue and rose gold to see, what would work well. And yeah, that helped me to decide on the colors, because initially when I got the balloons, I got royal blue instead of navy blue, but the royal blue didn't work at all. So I had to take my time and, do a proper research. Now, after the garland is attached to the backdrop, all you need to do next is to add the smaller clusters. Like I mentioned, I didn't have 5 inches for this garland. So all I did was I just broke the 11 inches into mini clusters, and it worked. I was good to go. I like doing that when I don't have 5 inches. It still helps me to have that 5 inches look. So for these 2 garlands, I've only used 11 inches on both sides. No 16 inches, no 24 inches, no 5 inches, just 11 inches. Inflated into random sizes. So if you like to see how I inflate, you know, how my inflation is done, you can search my other videos, my playlists. Link will be in the description. You can also comment and tell me, you know, ask me any questions, whatever questions you have, ask me, or send me a DM on Instagram at Biola by Party Heaven, and I would respond to you. So here I'm thinking, okay, I need to add a bit more of the rose gold because the rose gold is not really showing, but I didn't want it to be like over the top. Like I said, the backdrop is kind of like busy already, so it's best not to overdo it. So just add your top up clusters to random spots using 260Q or the neck of the balloon that is already in the cluster. You also want to like make sure when you're getting this backdrop, make sure you get the right size, because this backdrop is true to size. If I'd, you know, really known how my space would be, I would have ordered a 2 by 2 meters. This is a 2.5 by 2.5 meters, guys. 2.5 by 2.5. So it's really big, and it was too big for my space. So that's another good thing about MocsickaParty backdrops. They are true to size. Whatever size you put in is what you would get. Link to their website will be in the description. There's also a discount code if you want to buy from them. I'm going to be putting that in the description too. So right now I have gone to the back of the backdrop to attach the top to the backdrop frame, because it was kind of like shaky because I didn't tie it at the top. With this backdrop, I had to be careful because I didn't want to like cover anything that is written on the backdrop. You know, I didn't want to cover any of the details with the balloons. So I had to be careful. I did the same thing on the side using 260Q. I didn't have to create a hole in the backdrop. All I did was to take like the 260Q I'd already attached to the pole, pull it out carefully, and, you know, wrap it around the balloon. So on the pink side too, I had my top up clusters to give it that, you know, that bulky look, and to finish off the garland. So another tip I would give you guys is, as you're doing your garland, please ensure you like step back to see what you're doing. Try and see, you know, what shape your garland is taking. If it looks nice, you're good to go. If it doesn't look nice, you can move the balloon around. Just make sure you're stepping back. If you can't see it clearly because you're too close to it, because a lot of times when we are like close to what we're doing, we're not able to like see how beautiful it looks. So what I always say to everyone is, get your phone camera, step back and take a picture, or look through your phone camera. You would see all the mistakes you've made. So make sure you do that every time you do this, and trust me, you won't have any issues. And so right now I'm just like placing the top up balloons as spots I want. I've got like a couple of 16 inches that I realized I inflated. So I was just going to place that somewhere to balance out the pink side. But then again, I thought, oh, I don't think it looks nice there. So I just have a think about it, because I really wanted to like put the 16 inches somewhere. I had no intention of using the 16 inches. Just keep putting your 5 inches, because the 5 inches has to be seen. So in this spot, I had to use a 260Q to like tie in the balloon, because I couldn't reach the neck of the balloon that was placed there already. At this point, I have not been able to like step back and see what I'm doing, so I don't even know what it really looks like. I was just, looking at it from the side, basically. The plan is to make sure, the two sides, they look good together. You don't want one side looking really nice and the other side looking bleh. If you get what I mean, guys. So make sure, you check what you're doing. So for the blue side, I thought, oh, the garland wasn't standing the way I would want it to stand. So I just went ahead and like rearranged it, moved it around, so everything could, like balance on both sides, at least. Because to be honest, no garland looks the same way each time. From my own experience, I don't know about you, but when you do stuff like this, you just make sure both sides looks at least really like similar. So you can see I am moving around the balloons a lot without worry of, anything falling off or anything like that. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. Remember, this backdrop is from MocsickaParty. It's a gender reveal themed backdrop, and I created a DIY balloon garland over it. If you would like to, buy from them, the discount code is in the description. Use Velcro, or they would create pocket holes in the backdrop for you. If you would like to buy a backdrop stand, I'm going to like place a backdrop stand link in the description. I personally do not like the photographic backdrop stand. I would rather you get a proper backdrop stand. I hope you enjoyed watching. Please remember to subscribe to my channel, like this video, comment below. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial.